Hey guys, I want to go over the history of marine ecology today. We'll get through this pretty quick. First off, I'm going to start with the early studies, and one of the earliest scientists we have here, considered the father of science. We have Aristotle. He was an ancient Greek philosopher and a naturalist, and developed the first scheme for classifying living things, including marine organisms, and created the basis for taxonomy. Go into some of the guys who started out mapping here. The Polynesians navigated the South Pacific with the help of celestial star maps and charts made of shells and sticks. Some of the first evidence of mapping the oceans that we have, and colonized several islands for resources that led to moving to these different places and harvesting what they had. The Chinese explored the Indian and Pacific Ocean basins and invented the magnetic compass, the central rudder used for steering, and watertight compartments and multiple sails on one mast, which allowed sea travel to grow and expand. Moving into the age of discovery here, we have Prince Henry the Navigator. One of the big things about him is he never actually really went to sea. But he did start a school for sea captains to help them study marine science, and commissioned several ships and voyages to help create these detailed charts and expand maritime knowledge. James Cook, who you can find a video of on the website, was an English scientist and naval captain whose 3 voyages helped to explore the South Pacific. He was credited with the discovery of the Great Barrier Reef, New Zealand, and Hawaii. He also kept detailed scientific records, and you can learn more about him in that video. Matthew Murray was an injured naval officer who studied the work of Ben Franklin and naval records of the Gulf Stream, and helped to identify how the Gulf Stream moved, and is credited with several scientific breakthroughs in global wind currents and things like that. He is considered the father of physical oceanography. Charles Darwin, who I'm sure most of you learned of in your biology class, is the father of the theory of evolution. He made several voyages traveling with the HMS Beagle, gathered expansive scientific data on several new organisms that he found in the Galapagos, and much of his work in maritime biology is used today. He did a lot of work with coral, and I'm sure all of you have heard of his finch work that he did. In modern marine science, we have the Challenger expeditions, which was a British expedition that contained state-of-the-art technology for the time. So we say state-of-the-art. This was several years in the past, but still used maps of the day to help things out. We're able to collect several different species in order to catalog these things. In those expeditions, we have the first use of the word plankton. They also used a transatlantic cable, which was pulled up from a mile down, which helped to show detailed life at depths below 1 mile. Okay. Alexander Agassiz was an American naturalist who collected massive amounts of data, helped study coloration in marine organisms, developed theories about the behavior of light waves, so we call it light attenuation, which we'll go over a little bit later in physical oceanography, and theorized that the Pacific and Caribbean were once connected due to salinization, due to the certain types of species that he found there, as well as fossils. Jacques Cousteau, one of the fathers, or one of the guys credited modernly with ocean exploration and all of the work that he did. And there's a short video, if you click on the link here in the PowerPoint, which is up on the website as well. And he helped to do all the things you can see listed here. Sylvia Earle is probably one of the, I guess, I wouldn't say founders, but she is probably the most famous ocean explorer that's around today. Chief research scientist for NOAA, graduate of Duke, which I hear is a pretty good school, and made several solo dives to about 1,000 meters, and is seriously focused on maintaining the ocean's biodiversity. And you can see here, as our technology grows, so does our knowledge. All right, guys, thanks.